Hi everybody, welcome back to Crypto Mastery. Hope you're all having a great holiday with your families over this Christmas period and your loved ones. Today we're going to be looking at still the kind of, the Metaverse Christmas theme, but actually I'm going to be focusing on something that's really important because I see it more and more, and I see people trying to contact me via various channels to try and scam me more and more around these kind of IDOs, these new releases coming up. And, it's quite easy to get duped by one of these mechanisms because sometimes they do look and feel legitimate. You do find these kind of, phishing scams through legitimate sources like Google, right? And they feel legitimate up front, or they can feel legitimate up front if you don't know what you're looking out for. So today we're going to take a look at the top two, IDO scams from a metaverse perspective that I've seen. I'll pick something random, we'll look at it to see kind of what scams are out there, and I'll show you the two different kind of ways that I've seen this being most prolific in this space. So let's get into it. Let's look at these scams and let's stay safe in the future. Remember, this one, I'm not really promoting any kind of, tokens or any investments, but, none of what I say is investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Obviously, do your own research. Nobody on YouTube is really a financial advisor, so make sure you do your own research. You're investing in things that you believe have strong utility, that they've got strong potential, maybe from a social perspective, to grow in the future, and you can make a good investment on them. Again, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification before we get into it. But let's take a look at these IDO and these metaverse scams are out there. Let's go. Okay, so scam number one is really related to the phishing websites that are out there. Those websites that are trying to, replicate, to mimic, and to dupe people into believing it's a legitimate website for the legitimate project and taking your money and your investment. The first one I thought I'd focus on was taking a look at a recent IGO where I bumped into a number of these scam websites, these phishing websites, and that was for Chumbi Valley, right? And Chumbi Valley, I still think has huge potential, great investment. So if you want to check that out, I'll put a link somewhere up here in the video. So please check that out. So yeah, I thought what I'd do is I'd start just on a normal search, right? On a normal search engine, I'd search for the name and see actually what comes up. We'll then take a look at the legitimate website itself. And I just want to show you how many scam websites there are out there just for Chumbi Valley, and also kind of take a quick look at what they're asking you to do, and like how can you identify that something is a scam or isn't, because some of them will put more like sophisticated kind of methods in, some of them will put more effort into their scam than others. But basically all I've done here is put in Chumbi Valley into the search engine and clicked enter. Now I have to say, the interesting thing is here, like we look at the top results and we instantly, probably in my mind, when I was originally doing this for the investment and the video last time, instantly in my mind I was like, okay, so a top result on a search engine probably would typically mean either it's an ad-based one or it's most likely the one that is most legitimate and also has the most interaction from a user perspective. So it gave me a certain level of trust initially to click the link and to go through based off what I seen. And that really drove that side of things. So if I quickly click on this, let's take a look at what we see. Let's open it in a new tab. Now, as soon as I opened this and looked at this, instant red flag, because it was like, yeah, this can't be the official site. As soon as I look at this, the quality of this site looks so poor, it's kind of laughable, really. Like the half split, too faded bloody background here. They've added some movement to it, but it's so poor. They've obviously just stolen the Chumbi Valley kind of logo from somewhere, slapped it in the middle, and then are basically, trying to palm this off as an official buy website. You also look at this and say that, you know, or instantly, pre-sale live now, connect your wallet to buy. If this is the official website, there's no information on the project whatsoever. What is the project? Like, what is Chumbi Valley itself? How do you use it? What's the exciting news behind it? Who are the developers? Who are the partners? Who's the team? There's none of that information. It's literally just wanting you to connect a wallet and send money across. Huge, huge red flag. They've then got this crazy FOMO timer here. I mean, the interesting thing and the reason I'm sharing this is that there's two things that compound here. One is the scam itself, and the other is the FOMO around getting in on these projects. So the metaverse is huge. GameFi space is huge at the moment. That there's a lot of FOMO to get in on the IDOs and IGOs. So people really want to get in and get in at the best time. So they're playing on that and really amping up the number of scam websites that are out there. And then they add additional FOMO in through these little timers that go down, right? And, you know, since I joined, I think this started like 34 minutes maybe. Now we're down to 31. You know, a quick test for me instantly would be what happens if I refresh the page. Does it stay at 31 and go down, or does it go back up? It goes back up, right? So this is an example of a really poor phishing website. Instantly red flags go off for me. Haven't even bothered to have a sophisticated timer that actually keeps its current position as I refresh the page. Really quite poor, but I imagine that unfortunately some people still do get caught out from this. Some people who are early to investment, early to the metaverse and crypto. This might seem legitimate, really isn't, so be very, very cautious. Let's go back at the search engine and take another quick look at what else we can see. So we've also got another one here. So let's go and have a look at this. Let's open this in a new window. Let's see what my initial thoughts are on this. Okay, you know, this feels a little bit more legitimate, right? So, you know, knowing the official Chumbi website myself, you know, this does feel a little bit more legitimate. It looks like the Chumbi Valley website. You know, the fonts are correct. Got the logo at the top. You know, they've got this, which is cool animation, which looks really professional. We go down, telling us about kind of Chumbi Valley itself. A lot of the information about how it works, breeding, collecting, some information on the team, development partner, backers and partners, and so on. So this feels much more legitimate, right? This feels like a much more legitimate website. So what else do I look out for? First of all, you know, limited NFT sales now available. Celebrating our official launch with a limited time sales. So they want me to connect my wallet instantly to this for some reason. Basically, probably to get in on the NFT and the token sales. I mean, let's go back up and look at the web address, right? Chum Valley. I mean, the web address is just off instantly, right? It's not the correct web address. They're asking me to instantly connect my wallet. Although it looks legitimate like this, pretty sure that sophisticated scammers will actually take a latest snapshot of a website. So if the website's built in a way where they can download the assets, they can download the things they need, and they can rebuild it into something that looks identical, then that's obviously quite bad for people who are going to get kind of duped by this. I would not connect my wallet directly to this because, to be quite honest, they'd be doing their NFT sales probably through OpenSea or, you know, a secondary marketplace. So this feels like another scam one to me. So let's go back. So that's interesting, right? So we go down. There's no other really Chumbi Valley kind of alternatives here as we go down to kind of the end of the page, which is interesting because the top two results both feel like scams. Also, both feel like they're top because they've been maybe paid for some reason. Maybe let's try just Chumbi Valley. Okay, so we're getting some like little bit of different results now. So if we go to maybe, let's try this one, because we've already been to this top one, which is obviously paid because it's the top on every search. Let's take a look at this one. Again, right, feels like a really kind of official website. Again, it's got all the same kind of material, the animations, the videos, the information about the teams, the game, and so on. So again, feels really legitimate straight up. I mean, this doesn't feel particularly legitimate. The fact that some of your logos are missing really wouldn't happen on an official site, but the rest of it, you can see, looks pretty official. Again, see Chumbi NFT sale now available. See Chumbi will be the first and rarest Chumbi NFTs to ever exist. So 300 USDC for this, 690 for this, 990, and so on. And when you click on these, pretty much guarantee that what it's going to do is try to connect my MetaMask to this. I really don't want to connect my MetaMask to this again. I really think that Chumbi's probably going to be doing a lot of its stuff through a secondary marketplace for now, and probably with its own marketplace. We'll take a look in a minute. Go back up to the web address. Again, Chumbi, B-I-E, valley.com. I know that's not the official web address, right? So I know that isn't right. So instantly, I have low trust in this, but I mean, can you imagine if you're new to crypto, if you're new to investing, new to this space, this website looks very legitimate. It looks like a very legitimate website that I could imagine would easily dupe a lot of people who would simply click on this, connect their wallet, and believe they're going to get something back in return. It's so it's such as more sophisticated scam that's harder to spot. But let's take a look at the official website, which I believe is this one, right? Yeah, so Chumbi, let's take the web address first of all to be sure, right? So Chumbi Valley, C-H-U-M-B-I, Valley spelled normally.com. Okay, so see Chumbi NFC sale closed, right? So the NFC sale is actually closed and been sold out. They are actually, they're still asking you to connect your wallet, but it's for different purposes. It's not for purchasing anything. It's more for the other game mechanics that would exist within this space. And they're actually redirecting you to, as I said before, a secondary marketplace for which to buy the NFTs, the pods, and so on that have been launched through this platform. Again, but if you look at this, how similar does this look to the other websites? It's pretty identical. It says to me that they've probably stolen a lot of this content and pulled it across. I mean, one difference is I'm not too sure that both websites had this as a mechanism. We can quickly go back and take a look. Maybe they did and I missed it. So look, so they've stolen the grab of it and then moved it across. Also, if we take a look at this, is any of this okay, so look, this is interactive here, right? So we can actually click on this stuff, but if we go back here, is this interactive? Okay, this is still interactive, so there's still got the interactive element behind it. But again, there's certain red flags that show up. Check the web address, right? Is it the right web address? Does anything feel off? Are they asking you to connect your wallet and just buy things straight through this platform? Go on the other social media channels as well, right? So go on to Discord, go on to Twitter, go on to their Telegram, look for their announcements. These are saying that the sale is still active and now available, but you will see from the other social channels that if that's true or not, and you can also verify the correct web address to go to and the correct places and marketplaces through which you can purchase, to be sure. So yeah, we've seen obviously some quite more sophisticated scams here through Chumbi Valley, being this one and this one. And then really we've also seen what I would class as a really kind of poor and low grade phishing scam, being this one. It's not the fact that this is not going to catch people out, because if it didn't catch people out, they wouldn't bother doing it. So some people will be caught out through this. They seem to be using a paid mechanism to get to the top of the search results. Bit disappointing that when I search for Chumbi Valley, that the official website actually doesn't come up. Because it would be nice if the official website actually showed up as one of the top results instead of a bunch of scam things here. So that is a shame. Maybe something Chumbi can look into moving forward, in order to stop kind of scams like this happening. I also wanted to quickly take a look at the Wasted Lands, which is an upcoming kind of IGO that's coming up in the future. It was a random one I picked out of a list of ones that are coming up in the future to take a look at. And I thought, what happens if I search for the Wasted Lands in the search engine again? So again, we do get this one at the top, the Wasted Lands IO. So we find where this one is. So this is here. So the Wasted Lands IO, which, we go down. So yes, we can go down. Check out the website. Check out all the information. They've got the trailers on here. Looks very legitimate. Looks, it looks like what you'd expect it to look like for a website. They've got their partners on there. A lot of information, links to their Telegram sources and Discord and Twitter and so on. So you can kind of tell that this is the official, the official website really. And obviously they've got the Connect Wallet thing there, but they've got a marketplace. They've got other things in place that they probably want you to connect your wallet to in order to buy, various NFTs and so on. You go into the main page, not instantly in your face saying, buy into the IDO or the IGO now. If you send us this, we'll send you this back. So there's not that instant feeling that they're trying to grab your money straight away and there's a scam sitting here. So yeah, there are some signs that you can tell the website's legitimate. Now, if we go back, we can also see a couple of other links. So, ignore this one because this one's a bit off topic. But we can see here the Wasted Lands official site, right? So they've tried to give it that title. All they've done is added sale-thewastedlands.com to the front, which I believe is this one, right? So again, if you look at this one, this is Wasted Lands, sale-thewastedlands.com. What's happening here, right? So again, they're saying it's a public sale. They're asking you to send kind of, BNB BUSD. They're saying that the public sale ends in 28 minutes. And they're saying that basically this is what they've raised so far. Again, there's no other information on this website about Wasted Lands. There's nothing to say what it is. Why would I invest in it? How does this kind of, this sale work? What can I expect from it? Who's it being run through? Very, very minimal information. If we do take a closer look at this, as well, we can quickly start to look at some red flags. I love these counters they put on, right? So to add a bit more of FOMO pressure to it. So you go on, there'll be a counter. It's always going to have either 50 odd or 30 odd minutes left. They want to apply more and more pressure to you to get in on this quickly, or you're going to miss out, right? They're adding that FOMO to the nth degree to this website in order to make you do that. What happens if I refresh this page? We would presume that the public sale is still going to end in 27 minutes, right? Let's take a quick look. Okay, so actually, fairly smart that it does still say it's going to end in 27 minutes. Now, I wonder if I was to, quickly open a new private window, which means that obviously my cookies and everything would be removed. Yeah, look at that. So it's back up to 57 minutes. So they're smarter than most websites because on most websites, the ticket just goes back up. But here you can see that obviously they're storing this time in some sort of cookie or hash as I'm entering the website, which means that it's recording the time, so it makes it feel more legitimate. So if I was to do a quick test and do a refresh. Oh, it's still saying it's going down, so it must be real. Nah. Do a quick test in a private window where all of that stuff's removed, and you can see it shoots back up to 57 minutes to apply the pressure. So big red flag. So this is not legitimate, right? So please don't go to this one thinking that you're going to get anything back in return. The other one, so there's this one here, right? So the wastedlands.info / the wasted lands pre-sale. Again, when we look at this, we can say that, okay, they've put a little bit more effort in. So it looks like they've been stealing some like screenshots. So actually they've like stole some sort of video maybe from the website to quickly show it across. I mean, it never beggars belief really. But then we go down, there's a little bit more information, makes it feel slightly more legitimate, but like not really if we go and pay closer attention. They accept Ethereum, of course they do, BSC, BUSD, and Tether. They've got a hard cap. Again, how can you get involved in this? Send your tokens to this contribution address. You'll never see them again, right? They're trying to use similar language and similar information that the proper IGO and kind of IDO platforms use, like the first come, first serve. They're talking about hard caps, and they're trying to embed language that makes you feel comfortable that this is legitimate. They're also talking about bonuses and contribution levels. They're trying to make this feel very legitimate. Now, instantly though, they're asking you to send your money to an address. Please don't do it. You do not want to be sending your money to a random address. You will not be seeing that again. They're trying to make it feel more legitimate by saying, oh, we can verify your contributions, send your transaction ID, boom. And then here as well, right, receive your tokens. You should receive your tokens within 48 hours after the sale closes. If you have any problems, please complete the form below. There's no information around here. Oh, subscribe to our newsletter. But, who are you? Who is this being run through? It's like there's no other information. It's very, very suspect, right? They don't have a timer ticking down like some websites do to apply more pressure. So there's no actual date of when this ends. So they've gone too far the other way. It's like they've removed the dates and stuff and removed that pressure to try and make it feel more legitimate. But now, when does the pre-sale end? What are the dates to and from? What are the windows? You're not even asking me to do KYC as a customer, which is a big kind of challenge, right? If this is a really legitimate site, the first thing we do on any of these sites is to do KYC, right? To kind of know your customer. Big red flags. So there you go. I've shown you obviously the first biggest one I see to watch out for is when you're searching to get into some of this stuff, please go through official channels, right? Please make sure you're watching kind of either my videos on some of this stuff or you're watching someone else who's a legitimate YouTuber around some of this stuff, and you're going to the official platforms that release these things. So, you're going to things like, Trustpad, Polkastarter, and all those platforms that, NFT launch, the platforms that are trusted to launch some of this stuff. And there's a big difference in the way they feel when you're looking to get in on some of these sales. So please be very, very careful about this first method. So method number 2 for this phishing stuff is really what I'm going to show you is Telegram, right? So, and again, this is the second biggest thing I see as being a scam that's out there. So although I'm going to focus on Solace, right? I'm going to focus on a Solace one here. This happens throughout all of the spaces. I've had this through Katana Inu. I've had this through Sidus Heroes, through Soul Chicks. It doesn't really change. You see the same thing happening in these social tools. So be very, very careful. And one tactic I've seen is they obviously go to various channels, to various kind of official channels. They must strip names back, and they add you into specific groups. So, for instance, for this one, you can see I've been added into a Solace official community group. Now, there's only 700 members. Big red flag for me straight away. Why is there only 700 members, and also 700 members exactly Feels a bit strange. And then, like, look at the notifications. There's all these notifications coming back and forth saying, congratulations. Yeah, we are excited to announce that your wallet your wallet win private community lottery. I mean, the language is a bit awful as well, and has been kind of whitelisted to sale. Solace is live on DAOmaker now, and then giving you the links and telling you what to do. It's a big red flag for me. Like, I really didn't enter my address on Solace to be whitelisted. So, first of all, why are you kind of telling me that my address has been whitelisted if you didn't even have my address? But for people who have, they'd get really excited. And it's like, wow, I've been whitelisted. It's great. It says it's an official Solace community channel. Let me go in and take a look. Be super, super careful, right? Because let's actually go in and take a look. So if we click on this, let's open this link, right? So first of all, let's take a quick look. So DAOmaker.com.bz. Okay, big red flag, right? So let's go back and take a quick look at what Telegram said it would be. DAOmaker.com/company/Solace. So, like, it's not even being, like, legitimate and upfront about the web address, first of all. And even after that, so we go back to this. Again, we're straight onto here. They're instantly asking us to send some some of our kind of tokens and some of our BNB or ETH over to an address, right? So we're buying the token and then we're going to claim it back. Which was a big red flag again. I mean, they've pulled in some information. It looks like this is probably literally... probably a screen grab from their website or, some marketing material or something that they've literally just grabbed and shoved on here. They're putting some key metrics on here as well to try and, like, lure you into this, to get in on this piece. And again, look, we've got this crazy kind of FOMO timer ticking down to get you involved. Now for this piece, I mean, again, what happens when we refresh the website? Is this timer going to kind of go up? Is it going to kind of stay the same? Let's take a quick look. So what is it? 1 hour, 13 minutes. Let's refresh this page. 13 minutes, 41 seconds. Okay, so it kind of does stay the same, right? So 13 seconds. So what happens if we do our other test again? So we go over to new private window. See, it's crazy. It's like so easy to like catch these fools out. I mean, look, we've gone over to here. Like, the times are completely different, even though it's running off the same machine, same location. It seems like they're getting a bit smarter by starting to add some of this stuff into like the cookies and the hash, so it actually stores what time it was, so it'll keep ticking down. So they're getting like slightly smarter. So you've got to be careful for that. But again, complete scam. So if we go back to Telegram, it's really easy to get caught out by some of this stuff. And you might actually join some of the scam kind of community channels yourself as you're looking for some of this stuff, right? So as we go back, we were looking for the wasted lands, right, earlier on. So we could go into here and say the wasted lands. Oh, I can spell. So 3 come up, right? So all same logo, all, the first two at the wasted lands. Okay, looks pretty official. The wastelands official. Like, which one do you actually join, right? So let's take a quick look at the last one, as it seems the least legitimate. 822 members. Again, look at this. We've got another situation where people's addresses have been whitelisted. So I can fairly guarantee that if you were to join this, what would happen is, not immediately, but probably like shortly after you join this, you'd probably get a notification on your phone to say, oh, great, your wallet's been whitelisted and you're able to get in on the wasted lands, right, through the GameFi piece. So let's take a quick look at the address again. Like, you go on here. I mean, it's so interesting, isn't it? So it's like, hub.gamify. Oh god, this is hilarious. So we look for actually like GameFi. there's a big difference, right? But it looks like they're stealing a lot of the stuff. They've added some links at the top to make it seem more legitimate. Again, we've got this tick down timer. It just so happens I happen to click on the website just as there's like 17 minutes to go. How fortunate for me that I'm still here and there's a 62% thing, so I can still get in on this. So huge scam. I'm not going to go too much into it, but you can see how you can get caught out in this quite easily. So the first one, again, you're looking for the wastelands. You're looking for the official piece. Like, look at the warning signs. How many members are there? What type of comms are being shared here? Is it just whitelist information? Do you go on the website? Does it feel like a scam? Do not join the group, right? Because then they've got your name. They'll probably use your contact details for this scam and many other scams that they do in the future. So be very careful. That's ultimately how you end up being flooded with your Telegram with all these random messages. Then we look at let's take a look at this one. Okay, I mean, this one, 37,539. Feels pretty legitimate. A lot of members in that group. What type of information is being shared here? Okay. So take a quick look at the group info. I mean, again, the members, fairly legitimate. Just be careful when you go onto anything, right? I mean, I can't see many messages going back further than the 20th of December. Seems a bit strange. I mean, this account could have just been flooded with a bunch of dummy accounts to make it seem more legitimate. I'd probably be hesitant to join this as it feels like a little bit strange. And this one, 102,000. This one feels super legitimate, right? I mean, look at the conversations back and forth. Look at the information being shared and the engagement on the channel. So out of the three, I'm going to say this one's a legitimate one, right, for Wasted Lands. All the signs are here. You know, they've got a good things in place. They're pinning messages for official news. This is the official one, right, on the Telegram channel. This one, I can see kind of what they've done here. Like, you look at this immediately and say, oh, 37,000 members feels legitimate. Not too sure after kind of, looking at it a bit closely. It looks like they've just flooded a bunch of members and there's probably a bunch of bot or dummy accounts added. This one, steer clear of because this is obviously a scam. And actually, joining this may lead you to be auto-added to this, as I've seen that happen in the past as well. So be super careful around that stuff. So there you have it, the two biggest kind of scams I see in the IDO, IGO kind of metaverse space at the moment. Be super careful, again, as I've said throughout this video, they are getting more sophisticated. They are adding new kind of twists in there to try and catch you out. But these are the biggest things that I've seen where people are getting caught out and where, when I've been looking for stuff, I've been redirected or have found myself on these strange websites that feel super unofficial and just feel like scams instantly. It is easy to get caught out, and we can all we can all fall victim to some of this stuff, especially when FOMO's in the space, especially when there's so much hype and you really want to get involved in something. The potential for you to be scammed really goes up, so you need to be more and more cautious as there's more and more hype around the project. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to share this with the community to make sure we all stay safe, we don't lose our money, and we keep our investments strong, and we make sure we're investing through official platforms. So yeah, so stay safe. There'll be more videos coming up soon around more metaverse pieces, and then I'll be obviously branching out into other topics as well. Around other kind of cryptos and launches coming up that have huge potential through 2022 and beyond. So have a great day and check you soon.